support people with a huge range of issues. It's about really putting across what people want. Mrs. Day was referred to the project following her husband passing away. Mrs. Day had financial issues that needed to be resolved as quickly as possible. She found herself in a very difficult position, and it was difficult for her sometimes to see the wood for the trees because she was obviously grieving, and when you're in that state of mind it's very hard to address practical issues. I was sensitive to her needs at the time. At the same time, I was able to speak on her behalf to professionals or made them understand how important it was for her to get these issues resolved and that she wasn't taken advantage of in a vulnerable situation. She told me, and I think it did help her to feel stronger to deal with things. It was probably easier dealing with me as I was an independent person outside of the family. I think by the end of the support she received, Mrs. Day seemed to be in a much better place. She could take over and carry on and be independent.
When my husband actually passed away, quite frankly, I didn't know what to do. I was suffering terribly from depression and the loss of my wonderful husband. A death does bring about a lot of problems, and I unfortunately was in a position where there wasn't a will, which complicates things. It was something that was always going to be done, and whilst my husband was terminally ill, he just couldn't face the fact that he was going to die, and neither could I. So when he did die, I was left in a state of shock. The advocate came to see me for many weeks whilst we were trying to sort out all my financial affairs. When someone dies, so much is frozen and there's so many things to pay for, and I had to change everything at my bank. A number of companies had to be contacted. Sometimes I was too distressed to talk to certain people. When the post came, I was dreading picking up my mail. Without the advocate, I just wouldn't have got through things. I was able to confide in her because she made it easy. She was a wonderful confidant and so compassionate. You've got to have that trust. I felt afterwards such a release. She didn't leave until everything, and I mean everything, had been sorted. Now I've moved on and I'm in a secure and comfortable position. I would have had a nervous breakdown. I know that. I was in such a state. That's how bad it was. And it wasn't something I could bring myself to talk about to my family because I wanted to appear strong. I honestly don't know what I would have done. You can hear me getting emotional right now because that is a fact. And it was a long tunnel, but the light was at the end through the help I received, and I came through it and I came out. My thanks to Joy, my advocate, for all the help she gave me. I am eternally grateful.